So, as you may have noticed, I'm a big fan of data when it comes to getting your migraines better. And, I spent decades in private practice, and the American Academy of Neurology recommends very, very minimal lab testing for people with migraines, which will change eventually. It hasn't changed yet. So, this is where I want to empower you to have a conversation with your doctor about getting some very basic things checked. I don't think that they'll give you a hard time on any of these, with the exception of one, and I'll explain that one. So, the ones I want you to start with are a vitamin B12 and a vitamin D. Now, I think the word has gotten out about vitamin D and that we need to, most of us need to supplement living in North America and trying not to die of skin cancer. A little bit of supplementation is usually needed. So, what I want you to do is ask for your vitamin D level, but I don't want you to believe the reference range that comes back on the result, okay? Because most labs will tell you that a level above 30 is fine. It may be fine, but it's not optimal. So the way we determine reference ranges is we check the normal population and we're all on a bell curve, right? So what's the problem with that? The problem is that a lot of people are sick. We don't want to be in the half of the bell curve that determines the average, right? We want to be over here with the healthy people. So that healthy range for people with migraines is 50 to 70. I've got that reference written for you below the video. So vitamin D, usually not a huge conversation. Most people will check that for you. They know how to do that. Now, vitamin B12, also not a problem. Neurologists check this all the time. Not so much for migraine. We're not used to it for that, but that there is no doubt that vitamin B12 is absolutely essential for healthy functioning of the brain cells. And it is perfectly fine for you to say, hey, I just want to check and make sure that I don't have a B12 deficiency. I know that can cause problems with things like memory, and I just want to double check. It's dirt cheap. Insurance will pay for it usually. So I don't think you'll get a lot of argument on that one either. But again, when you get your results back, if you get that call from the office, hey, your labs are normal, you need to go online, look up your results, because what they call normal again is not optimal. Okay. You don't want to be in the unhealthy half of the bell curve. You want to be in the healthy half of the bell curve. So that means your level needs to be above 500. Now, different labs will say sometimes around, 290, 300, something like that. They'll be around there. They'll say anything above that is okay. You're looking for greater than 500. And for both vitamin D and vitamin B12, it's very easy to get those up. It just means you have to take it, right? You have to take the supplement, or if you want to get them from natural sources, that is fine too. But those are your targets. How you get there is totally up to you. Of course, you can elevate vitamin D by going in the sunshine. Maybe you want to do that. Maybe you don't. Maybe you can. Maybe you can't. Supplements will get you there. I do have to point out that there are abnormalities. There are three main genes that control our vitamin D. And if you have an abnormality in any of those genes, it helps you figure out the best way to replace it, because some people don't absorb very much in one dose. Some people need a much higher dose. Some people need to split it up a couple of times a day. It just depends based on how you're wired. So if you're having any troubles with your vitamin D levels, that would be another reason to think about getting your genetics done. For vitamin B12, usually comes up super fast, like literally within 1 month. So that one's very easy. People struggle a lot harder with vitamin D. All right, now on to the hard one that you're going to have a hard time talking your doctor into. It is RBC magnesium, and that means that it's the amount of magnesium inside your red blood cells. And studies show that this is much more closely correlated with the actual amount of magnesium in your bloodstream and in your brain, which is what we're interested in, right? So, short story, your body will do anything to conserve magnesium levels in your blood. Like when you go get a normal blood draw, they're checking what's called serum magnesium. Very different from RBC magnesium. Neurologists will order a serum mag sometimes as part of a comprehensive metabolic panel or another kind of, set of stuff they're measuring. But they're not used to ordering this one. So I'm going to show you the actual LabCorp test code. They may or may not do this one for you, but I'm going to show you what you're asking for. What I did is I just put in LabCorp test menu into my browser. I put in RBC Magnesium, and here it is. There's the code right there. I want you to see the difference. There's RBC Magnesium. If we just put in magnesium like this, it's going to show this one. That is a serum. See? Serum magnesium. So I wanted to really make that distinction clear. And again, when you get your results back, you need to go look them up because you are looking for a level that is higher than 6. Now, this one is extremely difficult to get up. I have, worked with many, many people in my longer courses who spend 6, 12, 18 months trying to get their magnesium up. Maybe because they have troubles tolerating it. Maybe, I don't know, lots of different factors can go into it. But this one is going to take longer to respond. So you are looking for a level of above 6. Very few of the people I test are in that range to begin with. There's usually some work involved with both food and supplements to get those levels up to where they need to be. All right. So those are the three things that should be covered by insurance that you can definitely or probably talk your doctor into checking for you. All right.